Good evening. The sun has set and the Chicago nights come alive. It's time for mystery, intrigue, and just a bit of strangeness as Hexaco Motor Oils presents the Hexaco Mystery Radio Hour, sponsored by Hexaco. I'm Silver Sterling, and join me as we bring you tales from these dark streets and darker alleys in Gun for Hire.
Affairs of the heart are messy. They can leave a trail of sin and regret that the strongest bleach or bucket full of lye used by a cleaning woman with arms as thick as your legs and a brush more abrasive than a tone-deaf nightclub singer will never get out. And Grace Gunn, Tommy Bam Bam Prue, and Irving Holt are learning more and more about the affair Helzberg's been having, and with who, and where. The question is, how much mess did these two make, and who's going to clean it up?
It's funny, isn't it? I mean, here you are, struggling to get free. But even if you did, where would you go? There's far too many of us. How would you ever get past us? And even if you did, you don't even know where you are. You would be lost in this place, with the only ones to find you being us. Yet despite all of that, you continue to struggle. I suppose it has something to do with man's inbred nature to resist. Resist their fate, resist their destiny, resist the truth. And that's what makes you different from us. You resist. We accept. You struggle to break free. We embrace and find freedom. And judging by the fact that you are bound and soon to meet your fate whilst we move about freely, it tells me who is making the correct choice, the smart choice, the only choice. But don't fear. When this is over, you'll both see and feel the truth. And your new purpose and your new place in this world will be made clear to you. And so now the question to you is, will you continue to struggle against it? An action that we've determined leads only to failure? Or will you turn towards it? And embrace what lies ahead of you. Either way, I do hope you enjoyed your last meal. Best get accustomed to being hungry. It doesn't like its new minions to hunt on a full stomach.
You scrutinize the bed and just looking and doing a little visualization. And sure enough, you can kind of make out what is essentially with one of the blankets. It has a distinct border shape that was probably a suitcase of some sort. And at that point, as you're looking, your eyes are drawn up to the headboard, which is metal with the little support slats in there. And there is just off to the side and kind of hanging down, something sticks out that looks a little out of place. And you reach over and you grab it, and you realize it's a necktie, a man's necktie.
Well, not being the expert here, I will go tell Grace what I have found and leave it.
So we jump back over into the living room where Irving and Grace are looking at the symbols and matching things up and explaining things. And Grace, you start to put together by looking at what Irving has and what he is telling you about where some of these photos were taken and how some of the symbols are arranged, and you're looking around and you're getting the sense, Grace, that somebody was trying to do something here, but they were trying to emulate something, but they weren't doing it correctly. So in other words, in a lot of ways to you, it looks like somebody was trying to either create a setup sort of situation maybe, or framing or something, with some of these scarier looking symbols, but on the assumption that everything Irving is telling you is true, they're doing a very poor job of it. And as you're kind of explaining that to Irving, that's what you think might be, that's when Bam Bam comes walking back into the living room.
What'd you find, Bam Bam?
It's a mess back there. Looks like somebody left in a hurry. Clothes everywhere. And Helzberg might have left a tie on the bed. I didn't touch nothing. That's your...
I kind of nod at him, and I'll check it out in a minute. There's just something kind of odd in here that's not adding up.
Do you want me to take pictures?
Yeah.
Well, it might be better if we turned on all the lights so that the flash doesn't keep going through the windows over and over.
Do what you gotta do.
All right.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go take a look at what Tommy found in the bedroom.
Tommy finds a wall, reaches in a pocket, pulls out a pack of smokes, starts tapping the pack while Irving gets to work.
Don't burn the place down, Tommy.
Puts them back in his pocket.
All right, so you walk in there and your instincts, Grace, tell you, kind of confirm what Bam Bam had said. That looks like, somebody, you've seen messy apartments before, but this looks like somebody was trying to get out in a hurry. And this is, she might keep a messy place, but this is, she's trying to do something. Make me a notice check, and you absolutely can add your little investigation bonuses on. All right, so that comes up with a 7. You quickly spot the tie. It is hanging off of the corner of the headboard of her bed, and it looks like there is it's definitely a man's tie, and it looks like there's like a little ribbon kind of wrapped around the broad front part of the tie as well. You also spot over on a little end table, looks like there is a note there as well.
I'm going to go check out the note.
You going to look at it, or are you going to pick it up and look at it?
Is it open to where I can read it on the table?
It is.
Then I'll just read it.
So you come around and to get a better angle on it, and it just says on the note, and it's handwritten, it says, "I know about the affair. Come clean and meet me at the Burgess Fountain in Lincoln Park on Saturday, 9 o'clock. It can be easy or hard, your choice." And then it's just signed with a dash and a letter M.
And I can tell handwriting style if it's feminine or masculine.
It is definitely feminine hand style.
Okay. Kind of what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure.
Absolutely.
Irving's just taking photos to get full coverage of all the symbols. That's all.
Yes, and while Grace is mulling this over in her mind, make me a camera roll.
4.
You spend a good several minutes taking a number of photos. Also, make me a spirit roll while you're at it.
5.
So you're taking the photos, the ones that do match up with things that you've seen before in the stuff that Miles had, and the other photos that you've taken and developed and analyzed. As you take those, so as you're holding the camera up and you're going to take a photo of these symbols with the viewfinder, and as the flash goes off each time, the after image that burns, that pops into your vision each time, has a growing similarity to the creature that you took the photo of in the alleyways, not that far from where you're at, actually. And the first couple of times it happens, it doesn't even register, but by the third photo you take of this nature, that's when you realize you've been seeing this. You take a couple of more photos to finish it up, and each time it pops into your vision. It's a bit more clear, and it appears a bit more sinister. And the very last one that you take, Irving, you get the distinct sensation that it is this afterimage. It's staring directly at you, with its teeth exposed, and a sinister look in its eyes, or where its eyes might be. But you definitely feel like you've made some sort of eye contact with whatever that was.
I'm going to assume the camera's on a strap, so Irving would quite possibly stumble backwards and drop the camera, and then sort of ooh, and then just like hands up, stumble back sort of thing, because he thought it was right in front of him. Let's say he trips over one of the little I'd say the I want to say end table, like right next to a chair.
Coffee table?
Yes. Little tiny coffee table type thing.
And I'm going to make an agility roll, not to end up flat on my back and make a loud noise in the apartment. Wow, Irving is on the ball tonight. He's like 1 foot in the air. He's caught the side of the chair with one hand, and he's holding himself on his good leg, luckily. It'd be like, and I assume that's about that time is when Grace comes out of the bedroom, because why not?
And Tommy's kind of been watching this whole thing.
You're still in the room, Grace. Obviously, you've gotten this. You've read this note. You still see that there's still the tie that you haven't looked at yet either.
Before I leave, I'd like to go investigate the tie and see if there's just anything else in the room that might give indication of where she might be going, to kind of get a bearing on where to go next.
Right on. Make me a notice roll, and you can add your +4 to this. Or let me ask you while you're doing this. Okay, so you can still keep that roll. Are you going to pick up the tie, or are you just going to like pencil underneath it to like lift it up to get a better view of it? Or
I think Grace would just kind of pick the end of it up.
Okay.
I mean, as much, as little fabric as possible to actually move it and just kind of look at it and maybe see a store or a brand or something and kind of get a feel for the fabric.
Got it. All right. So your roll, you got a 5, right? +4 is 9, -1 is 8. So that is a success with a raise. All right. So here's what you see. As you pick the tie up, first of all, it is you can tell right away it's a very expensive tie. There are 2 things that definitely stand out. One, near the spot where would be almost dead center, like where you might put the little tie clip chain thing to hold the 2 pieces together, there is a stitched L and H next to each other in a kind of a stylized way, letter L and a letter H.
Okay.
And then wrapped around the tie, in kind of a crafty, artsy sort of fashion, is a ribbon. And on the ribbon, is there's some text, and you have to move the tie a little bit to make out some details. But the text on the ribbon says Blackstone. And one other thing that's very obvious with this, as you get closer, you can definitely smell two distinct scents. One is a woman's perfume, which you've smelt before, but then as you know, you're adjusting your angle or whatever, you're picking up a scent of a definite men's cologne as well. And now make me a common knowledge roll. And you would get okay, so let me ask you a question. Your 2 investigation bonuses, one is particularly for visual details, and then what's the other one? Is it for like piecing together clues or something?
Research.
You can add the bonus for the research to this common knowledge roll as well. Damn.
Holy Hannah.
That's why I like rolling d4s a lot of times.
Jiminy Christmas. So that is a 19 total?
18.
18,
I have
right.
to minus 1 for 15.
Yeah. Jeez, that's 4 4s. Holy crap. Okay. You're 99.97% convinced that the Blackstone, and you're convinced basically because of a number of various details, most notably the font style. The Blackstone that's written on the ribbon probably is something to do with the old Blackstone Hotel, it's an older hotel in Chicago, and used to be it's one of those hotels where it used to be kind of glamorous in a certain era, but now has become kind of a dive, and it's not necessarily a dive. It's become a sad shadow of itself, and it's in a little rougher part of town, which, you know, I mean, you just got done fighting ghouls, so it can't be that much more rough. But you're pretty sure that
it's all cake from here out.
That this is having to do with the Blackstone Hotel.
I kind of hear the kerfuffle with Irving, so I head back out into the living area and just kind of check on what's going on then.
So Irving is positioned how? He's got like one leg up in the air, and he's just
the other leg's backed up right against the end table, grabbing onto the chair, bent backwards so he doesn't fall back and crash.
It's like a performance piece.
He just sort of waggles a single finger and like, hold on.
Everything okay in here, gentlemen?
Could one of you help me straighten back up so I don't fall on my ass?
Tommy will walk over, grab Irving under both armpits, lift him up off the ground just a bit, and then set him back down.
Thank you.
Dust off his shoulders, slap him on the back.
Take it easy on him, Bam Bam.
I got the pictures. Almost killed myself doing it, apparently.
So, any idea where to next?
Got what you need there, Irving?
I do. Was there anything else you wanted pictures of?
No, I think that'll be enough. Look at Tommy and I'm like, tomorrow we need to go check out the Blackstone.
That's
I know.
So I can go with you, right?
I don't know where that's at.
Hold on. Let me wedge my way in here with the common knowledge roll.
And I will give you because of your job, I'll give you a +2 to that as well.
I know where the Blackstone's at.
Is that some frou-frou place that Helzberg might have taken her?
It's an older hotel, kind of out of the way. I mean, if I was having an affair, that'd be where I'd go.
So like a love nest.
Yeah.
Well, regardless of the state, I have reason to believe it might be where she's at. And I don't know about you guys, but I am beat. I do need to get some sleep tonight.
You know, now you say that, I think I need some sleep too. It was exhausting out there, you know? Do you want me to invite you guys to the dinner Saturday evening.
What time was the dinner?
I mean, we could set it, anywhere. 5, 6, 7, whatever's good for you.
Let's do it early.
All right, I'll let them know. I'll tell them. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to see you. They keep bugging me about it.
So, what kind of food?
Oh no, you gotta dress up.
This is the best I got.
Irving immediately looks to Grace. You need to dress him up.
Oh, Tommy, do we need to go shopping?
Tommy heads back to the bedroom and does a quick look around specifically for men's clothes.
He'll be presentable, don't worry.
Back to the bedroom in the apartment here. Make me, you know what? Make me a notice roll.
2.
Tommy, what are you doing?
No, you do not find any men's clothing in here.
I could wear this tie.
I'll leave it alone, Bam Bam. Like I said, he'll be presentable.
Tommy will grab a couple of cans of beans out of the kitchen for supper tonight.
What are you doing? You don't take other people's food.
Not like she's gonna be eating it.
That's not the point.
I mean, she could be. It's not like she's dead or something, right?
Whatever.
I took the whiskey from the boyfriend.
Wait, you took whiskey from Helzberg? That's gotta be good whiskey.
Shut up, Irving.
You already had some.
That was that whiskey?
Yep, that was the coffee.
It wasn't as good as I thought.
It was fairly smooth.
You are such a snob.
Hey, you know the type of money they spend on whiskey? I expect it to be better.
Let's get out of here.
All right, I'll follow him out. Chatting.
Tommy's gonna be quiet.
Let's get out of here.
One way or the other, you make it back to your respective places and hit the hay for the evening. And as you bed down, Grace, you kind of run, start trying to piece things together through your mind or in your mind as to what might have transpired, what those symbols might have meant or didn't mean, where Trixie probably is, or at least you hope she is. Going through notes, you have random thoughts about the rent that you still owe and other cases and things that you're working on, and eventually sleep overtakes you. Bam Bam, for you, as you are going down to sleep, you're replaying the fight in the street with the ghouls mixed in with the visions from your dime novels. You decide to try and take your mind off it by grabbing another dime novel and reading hopefully something else that's maybe just a bit more tame. And thankfully you fall asleep before they get anywhere too unusual.
You're still riding the train.
It's always dry, and they have so much conversation in the middle of those novels.
I know. Yeah, there's 17 pages of them just talking. No, actually, I know. How about this? Actually, we do this. The visions are bothering you a little bit, so you grab your go-to dime novel of Young and Holt, where that has always brings a smile to your face when they're in the woods and there are creepy noises, but it's time when Runs It Deer gets shot by Joshua Young. And that always brings a smile to your face because of the accident of it all, and you eventually drift off. Irving, you have a little bit more trouble falling asleep because as you close your eyes, the after images that are always there play around in the blackness of your vision, and you're doing your best to make sure that none of them coalesce into that face. And you get to sleep, but it takes you a while because you have a few of those moments where you either have that jerky reaction when something happens, or you think you hear a voice that makes you jump out of sleep, and then you realize it's not there, and then you go back to sleep, but then it happens again, and it takes you you're not sure, you kind of lose track of time, maybe an hour, maybe it was 2, before you finally fall asleep as well.
And now, clever communiques of contrivance shall commence to continue your comportment of contentment.
As society continues to move forward at a heady pace, it's nice to take a moment and slow down. Slow down and remember the days when things were simpler. The days when heeding the advice and wisdom of the old ones meant something special. The days when sharing a hearty meal with those you love didn't seem so insane. Well, friend, I'm here to tell you that Eldritch Farms remembers those days. And we take those memories and bake them into everything we make. Try our bread made with ancient grains. Or, if you're craving something sweet, how about one of our pastries with a taste that's truly cosmic? Plus, at Eldritch Farms, we make sure that our recipes stick to your bones and feed your soul. Unlike those other breads that go through you, it's time to try something delicious from the ancients. Gods know that you could use it. It's time to try Eldritch Farms, because Eldritch Farms remembers.
Well, a solid night's work should lead to a good night's sleep. And for most of our crew, it looks like it did. Now we'll have to wait and see if the dawn of a new day leads to some new clues. Alright, that's enough for now. So shake a leg till next time. But just so we're clear, the part of Grace Gunn was played by Jill Rich, Irving Holt is played by Brad Smith, Tommy Bam Bam Prue is played by Brent Rich, and the boss in charge of this clip joint is Chris Hussey. And special thanks to Alicia Niddle and Dustin Malashowski for lending their golden chords to this episode. I'm E.I. Wick, and remember, taking a wooden nickel is less trouble than a ghost rock dime.
Hexaco Motor Oils thanks you once again for listening to the Hexaco Mystery Radio Hour, sponsored by Hexaco. This game references the Savage Worlds game system, available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle, and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Thanks also to Fear the Boot. Support their Patreon at patreon.com/feartheboot. Bring a little light to our dark shadows by leaving a 5-star review on the podcatcher of your choice. When doing so, please search for Fear the Boot Actual Play. If you listen on YouTube, please like and comment. Of course, telling a friend is the best way to help the show. Not only is it the right thing to do, it's the Hexaco way. Hexaco reminds you to help keep your car running like magic and always use great Hexaco products. I'm Silver Sterling, and until next time, remember to keep one eye on the shadows.